OK だぜ。 BeasttrollMC, or Edward, is a very well-known name in the Osu community. You've probably heard of him either from his Twitch stream or by seeing some of his insane no-mod or hard rock scores. This year, he set some legendary stream aim scores, such as Raise My Sword with hard rock, Metal Dimensions hard rock, The Sun, the Moon, the Star, and a 1 miss on Road of Resistance hard rock. He also showed stellar performance in a tournament setting, being on the winning team for test tournament, and also full comboing Angreifer in tryouts for the United States World Cup team. If Beastroll continues to grind this hard, he will undoubtedly become one of the best stream players the game has ever seen.
Coming in at 9th place, we have the keyboard warrior himself, MightyDoc, whose keys per second on Osu is only matched by his keys per second on Twitter when he sets a score. He's a relatively new name when it comes to top players, entering the top 50 in late 2019 with a large collection of unique hidden double time speed and aim scores, including his 822 PP play on the second to top diff of Storytellers with hidden double time. MightyDoc's extreme proficiency in both jump aim and long high BPM streams allows him to set scores that most hidden double time players would struggle with one way or another. With the rate of improvement he showed in 2019, we are all looking forward to what he can achieve in 2020.
Freddie Benson started this year off with a bang, setting the world's first 3-mod 900 PP play on Fieryrage Quaver. He continued pushing the limits of 3-mod and hidden double time jump aim, and by March he was ranked number 1 global. He is notable for his insane single tap skill, which may or may not be a contributing factor to his incredible accuracy on maps with 3-mod. He also has a surprising amount of stream stamina and aim, allowing him to set scores like Brain Dog hidden double time. Fred demonstrates impressive hard rock skill as well, being able to set scores like 1 misses on Kreuz's Snowdrive and the Tomei Elegy top dip with hard rock. Finally, he demonstrated that his skills can transfer to a tournament setting, setting the top score on the Yomiuri tiebreaker during test tournament, leading his team to victory. He's proven again and again that he's a well-rounded legend and not just a fast jump aim one trick. Sadly, he became more inactive as the year went on, playing less and less, but we hope to see him make a comeback soon, as a player with his level of talent can definitely achieve so much more.
No player in the United States has had a longer legacy of greatness than Toy. Everyone knows Toy as the American behemoth of tournaments, boasting over 20 badges, 4 OS World Cup victories, and recently a notable win in the domestic United States Cup. However, raw skill-wise, players throughout 2019 have gotten much better. Therefore, it's no surprise that a player like Toy, who has been playing much less as of late, was less of a fierce competitor in the solo rankings. This did not deter him whatsoever from continuing to set practically unmatchable scores on all types of maps. Toy is one of the most well-rounded players in the game, but there's always been maps a little out of reach for everyone. Instead of giving up, he will use his sessions as stepping stones to finally reach his goals. Toy has shown so much dedication and willpower improving in the game every single year, and I think that's what really sets him apart from the rest. Even if Toy continues to slowly drift away from OS, he will always be known as one of the US's greatest players of all time.
Here at number 6, we have Tony, previously known as He-Wreck, a guy who literally puts a name to a face. For those who had never glanced at chat when Tony was playing in OWC this year to see the face raising 2 middle fingers, or frankly never heard of him before, I can summarize his uniqueness in one word: speed. Tony is hands down one of the fastest players in the United States and even the world right now. Unlike most speed players, he actually has the reading and finger control present in his scores to vaunt his outright prowess in the skill set. Across the enormously vast number of impressive scores that Tony set in 2019, most of them were with his bread and butter hidden double time, such as Smile Split, Mat Score, and Pop It to name a few. There would be more tournament success that would come his way as he won 3 badges in 2019 from Test Tournament 2, Speed Cup 2, and OWC 2019. Also, let us not forget his valiant performance in NAT 2019, earning a boastful 4th place behind some of the best players in the region, Apraxia, Fieryrage, and Idke, as well as taking out Cappy, Airyu, and Digital Hypno along the way. With a whole new year to come, the possibilities are endless for the American Speed Demon, and let us hope he will push the boundaries even further in 2020 with the new speed meta upon the horizon.
Fieryrage makes his mark with his incredible skill at every kind of aim, whether it's fast jumps, flow aim, or precision. 2019 showed Fiery improving greatly overall, both in areas he lacked and in areas he was already proficient in. Score-wise, he started off the year by getting the PP record in February on Guess Who Is Back, making him the first person in OSU Standard to get the PP record on their own map. He also got some extremely high-level hard rock scores, such as the Inferno Top Diff, Hydra Heteromycin, and of course, the second ever Hard Rock FC on Raise My Sword. Fiery's solo and team tournament performance in 2019 was exceptional as well, and it won him 6 badges, including an OWC victory. We're looking forward to see what Fiery will have accomplished by the end of 2020.
After only receiving an honorable mention last year because of his inactivity, Gaze McGee is back. Now known as Aricin, he returned to the game early 2019 and quickly showed the community that his skill had not been lost whatsoever. He achieved a legendary score on Monstrada's Monochrome, set the first A rank on Promethean Kings, S ranked in AR edit of Balaclava DT, and even pushed back into the top 50 in January. This was accomplished even before the speed rebalance, which propelled him further. Aricin is an overall speed monster. His godlike level of control on BPMs up to 300 is unparalleled by nearly any other player in the world. His dominance was exemplified, especially within his double time runs on Aura the Flood late in the year, where he nearly FC'd with 98 AC, a score unfathomable by many other monstrous speed players. His other accomplishments this year include a 95% run on Ice Angel double time, a full combo on Monstrada's Teo with double time, and a staggering 99.77% FC on Painted of the Tempest. It will be exciting to see how much further Aricin will push his skill set in 2020.
If Airyu wasn't already a legend, he certainly cemented his status at the top this year. This is a player who truly excels at old maps and other maps that are too tricky even for other top players. This year he's shown to be a dominant force in no-mod plays, with the single tap FC on worldwide choppers and number 1 on Atomosphere and Milk Crown, both near FC scores in their own right. As old maps are concerned, Airyu cleaned up this year with unreal full combos on Emerald Sword with Double Time and Crazy Motorcycle Chase with Double Time and Hard Rock. He's no stranger to more intensive Double Time either, pulling off a 1 miss on Made of Fire, a near SS single slider break run on Masterpiece, and an unprecedented 1 miss on Senketsu no Chikai. Airyu truly excelled at tournaments this year too, being on the winning team in Test Tournament, placing 2nd in Game Osu, and topping it all off by helping the USA take home World Cup gold. It's worth noting that between his Game Osu prize money and money from completing map bounties, Airyu raked in over $1,500 just by playing the game. He's an absolute anomaly among the top players, and it's no wonder that other USA players are terrified to see what would happen if he played more than half an hour a day. Finally, of course, he rivals Gasha for the fastest single tap ability in the game. Airyu is a god.
After shattering all expectations and rising to the top as a hard rock player in 2018, Idke had nothing left to do but branch out and further refine his skill set. 2019 saw Idke improving greatly in terms of speed and stamina, allowing him to set scores thought previously impossible for him, including some top-level DT scores like Necrophantasia and Monster. He didn't falter in his hard rock skill either, achieving scores such as hard rock FCs on Fast-Paced Society and Elemental Creation, which were previously thought near impossible. He also casually churned out a near FC S rank on Uta with Hidden Hard Rock. His scores on long marathon maps this year are also worth mentioning, with him FCing the Sun, the Moon, the Star, as well as being the first person to FC all 3 parts of Because Maybe. His accomplishments this year don't end with scores in single player though. He displayed possibly the most insane OWC performance seen to date, FCing 6 out of 7 maps in a finals match, breaking combo only once. Absolute monster. If 2018 raised the question of if Idke is one of the best players of all time, 2019 confirmed it.
There's really nothing I can say that hasn't been proven time and time again by this absolute bullet train. For a period of time, he was considered to be the absolute best player alive, setting double time scores that people still hadn't thought were even feasible. Take a look at Cycle Hit. That play alone already catapulted him to the forefront of people's minds when they thought, best play ever set. Despite disappearing for months on end randomly, Vaxei is seemingly never off the peak of his game. In 2019 alone, he was the first player to set not one, but two 1000 PP scores within weeks of each other, a PP barrier unbroken by any player in history before that. He had a near meteoric spike to number 1 during the summer, capstoned by a multitude of plays that set his aim and aptitude well above his competitors. He'd slice through 8-star maps with ease, adding Hard Rock to a leaderboard completely void of full combos and make him look like a warm-up. His death streams even reached a new peak as he set FCs on Yomi and Pikastar's 8-star Freedom Dive with Hard Rock. Hell, he's even got an 18-miss 95% run on Solus 4, which still stands miles above any other play on the leaderboard on this 12-minute, 9-star slog of a map. I think most impressively, Vaxei seemed to be completely unstoppable in tournament as well. Mechanically, he proved himself to not only be superior to the rest of the world, but he had the consistency to churn out impressive plays in whatever tournament match he really wanted to. He won Game Osiv 4 completely decisively, and was an incredibly strong component to the USA's most deadly OWC team in history. If the community's ever witnessed peak OS gameplay, it was Vaxei in 2019, without a doubt.
Should we four-way? Yes, bitch!